Hey guys, it's Diane from Diamond's Literary World. I'm just coming to you not necessarily with a book review or a book recommendation, but I want to talk briefly about the importance of book reviews. And I know you guys hear me talk about this all the time, but there is a reason why many of you know that authors constantly talk about posting a review, posting a review, posting a review. It it has various purposes. Number one, first and foremost, to get the word out, create a buzz about the book, the said book. And especially if you are as passionate about books as I am and you want to share the word with other people. There are people who go to Amazon and or various other places, Goodreads, wherever, and they look at book reviews to determine whether or not they will purchase that book. Because when a book comes out, you hear people talking about it. This book came out, you may see a couple of people reading it, but what are the people saying? I like to tell people my thoughts on the book. It has actually become second nature to me, so I cannot actually finish reading a book or move on to the next book without posting a review, or at least jotting it down and then posting the review, because I want people to know, hear my passion, or to read my passion about the book. Secondly, it gets the word out about the author. Sometimes we may find a hidden treasure, and I found quite a few, and I think I've shared some of them with you, but stay tuned, I'm sure there will be more. And nobody knows about them. Nobody knows about them because nobody's talking about them, because they read the book, and as we know, then you move on to the next one, and that's it. So no, we want to get the word out about said author to encourage them to continue to hone their craft. I've heard many authors say that when they get ready to create, it's just them and a blank screen. Imagine. So you don't know what people are thinking about, what you're doing, your skill, your dream. You don't know how people are receiving your book. It means so much to them when you offer a review. The next thing, reviews are often used to determine an author's next contract. You heard me correctly. There are publishers in the industry that want to know, okay, well, what are people saying about the books that you put out prior to submitting this particular manuscript, or to renew a contract. So it's so important that we take just a few minutes. Some authors say, you can say something as simply as, I like the book and I recommend it. And you have other authors that would like for you to go into detail. I, for one, I can no longer just say, I like the book. I go into a little bit of detail. Again, it's something that I do. And it grew on me because my couple of sentences have now become a couple of paragraphs. And sometimes, I just warn people that it's a long post. But there are books out here that are actually giving a lot of knowledge. They're here to teach. And some just have you in your feelings, and you want people to know how you were in your feelings, how the book took me from being happy to being sad to wanting to throw the book across the room. We want to hear that. People want to know about that because that'll make them say, oh, where's that book? What book is that? I want to get that. So it serves various purposes. And I know I talk about it all the time, and I hope that I don't sound like a broken record, but please take a few minutes to just write a review. Word of mouth is good. Don't get me wrong. Word of mouth is excellent. We see the various posts on Facebook that say, what are you reading or what book would you recommend, that's fine. But just take a few minutes to post a review. You may also find yourself at one point later on down the road, in a chair such as mine, in your little corner, in your house, in your little space, doing a review. Because that's just how much you appreciate the author and what they do. So, and one of the best things about posting a review or doing reviews, a lot of times you get the book well in advance of the release date. Publishers will reach out to you and send you books. I've had an author say to me, could you please take a picture of the book and the back, so because I don't even have a copy yet. So that's an awesome feeling, and one I definitely love to share. I'll just say this and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I recently did some research. I was reading a book by I can never say her name, Pamela Samuels Young, and she writes mystery, legal thrillers like nobody's business. And I liken her to John Grisham, who's another one of my favorites. You have to give it to him. He's excellent at what he does. So I happened to go to Amazon. I believe I was posting a review for one of her books, and I noticed that she had a couple hundred reviews. So thankful, that those hundreds of people took the time out to post a review saying what they liked and actually what they didn't like about the book. I'll get to that in a minute. But when I looked at John Grisham, same genre, like I said, I'll put them on the same plane. He had thousands. I'm talking about 9,000. One book had 7,000. Y'all, that's why they say we don't read. We're not talking about the books that we're reading. We're not posting the reviews. You can go right to Amazon. The numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So and it disturbed me. And so I told my reviewer friends, like, I wish there were more of us. But each day we gain another one. And so I encourage you to please, if you have not, just take the time to post a review. You don't necessarily have to do a video review. It's just something that I've started doing. My literary twin, he does a video review for every book. There are some phenomenal people out here. We have Books, Beauty, and Stuff by Jonathan Royal. We also have Robert's Reading Room by Robert White. But on Diamond's Literary World, I try to get the word out everywhere. I do a written review, and for some books I do a video review. So just take the time. But what I wanted to mention, and that's going to be it, I talked about people saying what they like as well as what they dislike. If there is something that you don't like about the book, or if you want to see more, if you think the author could have did a better job with it, let them know. But let them know in taste. It's not, oh, it was trash. No. I think they could have did a better job with character development on said character. I think this particular scene was a little far-fetched. That's not reality. Things such as that, because you never want to kill a person's dream. I think I've taken up enough of your time today, but I thank you for taking the time to view this video. Thank you for subscribing to Diamond's Literary World YouTube channel. I would ask you to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell yet another friend about the channel and what we're doing. So until next time, have a good evening.